Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. I've got the tractor up here in the garage. It's a little warmer. I'm working in shirt sleeves right now, but I really need a coat. Yesterday I went out into the tractor shed thinking that I was going to have to put a charger on the battery. Last year I put a new battery in the tractor with a bit more cranking power. When I started this year, it whipped right over. It hadn't been run in almost 6 months in the winter. Colder than the dickens out yesterday. It was only like 12 degrees. So I'm very pleased that the tractor started right away. That's always a plus. This is Iron Mike. We named him Mike after my son. And also it's a little tip of the hat to Mike Tyson, because this is one powerful little tractor. It's a small size tractor. The 8N was just designed to do small work around the farm. But a guy named Glover, back in the 50s, decided that this tractor was perfect for those jobs on the farm that you needed some more horsepower, but you didn't want to tie up one of your big tractors on using it just as a power unit. He decided he was going to put a lot more horsepower in the tractor so that you could run more PTO jobs, irrigation pumps, grain silos, elevators, those kind of things. So he stuck a 226 cubic inch flathead Ford truck engine in it. Took out the 8N little 4-cylinder 30 horsepower engine, put in 90. Now, this hasn't been rebuilt in a long time. It's got one little bad valve in it. You can hear it clacking. When I bought the tractor, the guy told me that it had a bad valve that was sticking. And I said, okay, I'll have to rebuild that. This thing came up on eBay for 50 bucks. It was close by down in Angola, Indiana, which at the time I was living in Union City, which meant it was about a 45-minute drive away. So I drove down, picked it up. Came with a transmission. I really didn't need a 3-speed transmission, so that got tossed. But that engine has been sitting there on the engine hoist for the last 20 years, waiting just in case that I have a problem with this flathead over here in Iron Mike. It's kind of insurance in case I have a problem with this engine. I don't think I'm ever going to have a problem with this engine. I don't use it every day. It's probably going to be okay, but if it does, I got a backup plan. Someday I have to go through and do a rebuild on that other 226, just so that I've got a really good backup plan. Right now it's just, I'm thinking I'm okay. They call that failing with confidence. This tractor with the truck engine in it also has a truck carburetor. That means it has an accelerator pump. Now the accelerator pump doesn't exist on a tractor. You don't need to rev up quickly. It's not like you're trying to get away from the stop sign quick. But the truck engine needed that so that it didn't stumble when you stepped on the gas. Doesn't use it very much. It's just an extra way for a little shot of gas to get into the carburetor. Every time the throttle moves, there's a tiny pump that puts maybe, I don't know, not much more than a few grams of gasoline into the carburetor every time the linkage moves. But when you go to start the thing in the wintertime, you can just grab a hold of the throttle and just work it a few times. That pumps some gas into the carburetor, boom, starts right up. Now, with the old weak battery in it, it was more of a situation where it went roar, roar, roar. Now with this battery, and that's from a cold start. So I'm very happy with the work I've done on this thing up to this point. The reason it's up here is I'm ready to put the tractor engine hoist on the back. A little smoky in here. This gets mounted to the drawbar. I'll have the boom on the hoist itself, which is going to be run off an 8-ton hydraulic jack. So I'm going to be able to lift quite a bit with this thing. If this was a standard 8N, I think I'd probably overpower and overbalance the tractor. But because this has the big Ford engine in it, the tractor weighs about 800 pounds more than a standard 8N. Not only is the engine 2 cylinders longer than a standard 8N's 4-cylinder, it has a channel iron frame underneath it to support the engine out on that extra length. It also has bigger tires on the front end and bigger tires on the back. Larger radiator to handle the extra engine. The drawbar on the tractor is supposed to be able to lift 1,500 pounds of implement weight. So I'm thinking with a hoist on the back, I'm probably going to be able to pick up maybe 1,500 pounds, but out at the end of the boom, which is about 4.5 feet, I'm going to be with a lot less. But the things I'm picking up, probably going to run about most 500 pounds, so I should be all right. If I have to, I can mount some weights on the front of the tractor. I've got a grill guard up there. I can strap some iron onto that, but I don't think I'm going to need to. So that's the plans for today. We're going to work on the tractor, and we're going to do a little work on the bandsaw, and hopefully I'll have this tractor out of here today and get the truck back inside. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching.